Welcome back once again to howtocookgreatfood.com. If you haven't already, click that button and subscribe to our channel. On the menu today, we're going to be making a Barracuda fish, as you can see I've got here. Nice curry I'm going to make, kind of Indian style curry. Now these fish have been descaled and gutted and cleaned inside. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the head, a little bit of the tail, and then I'm going to just chop them into some kind of steaks. What you can do with these is just fry them with a few spices and just eat them as a fish fry. But I'm actually going to make a masala with these. Stay away from the mouths of these guys because their teeth are really sharp. They're known as the tiger of the sea. These are pretty small really. I mean, you can see that in my hand. I mean, as you may know, some barracuda they're as big as people, if not bigger sometimes. So there we go. I'm going to just remove the head, bit of the tail, chop them into some small steak kind of sizes, and then I'll be back. So as you can see, our fish has been cut into this kind of size. I'm doing it today. I mean, you can do it anyhow you like. I'm going to add some haldi or turmeric and some salt. I'm just going to throw that around so it gets covered in there, and then it's really simple. We're going to just get some oil and fry this fish first. Then we're going to remove it, set it aside, make a really nice masala, and then we're going to add the fish back in. So simple. Let's go and do that. Okay, so I've got a pan here and I've got some sunflower oil in I'm using. You can use any oil you like for this part of the process. Heating up. I'm going to get our fish and just check it out. Yeah, that's about right. I'm going to cook this fish for about 3 or 4 minutes on each side. They're going to come out and go onto some kitchen towel, and then we can move on. The reason I put some turmeric or haldi on there, it gives it a really nice colour as it's frying. So I've got 2 batches to do. There's the balance of my other stuff. So I'm going to do these, do that, and then out they go. See you in a few minutes. So, there's all my fish. Now it's quite important with your barracuda not to overcook it because it will get really kind of dry and nasty. I've reduced a lot of the oil out of this. I've taken all of that oil out. Kept a good amount in there. And it's got some lovely flavours going on as well. So we're going to start by adding some garam masala, whole seeds and so on and so. Some dried chilli, some cardamom, some fennel seeds, some cloves and some cumin seeds. That's the mix I want to use today. And as always, if you've been following the channel, as I always say, just cook these for a moment in that oil. They're going to release some fantastic flavours into it. Okay, I'm now going to add some onions. Quite a lot of onions for this dish. And as you can see, I've chopped them really small. I've actually put them in my food processor because I want them to cook down really nicely so we get a nice smooth masala. So let's throw this around in the pan, stirring it continuously for about 3 or 4 minutes just to get all of those flavours happening. This is coming along really nicely. And at this stage I'm going to add in some fresh curry leaves. The reason I didn't put them in earlier, which I normally would do, but I can put a few more, is that the oil was just really hot from the frying of the fish. So I'm just going to add them now. I'm also going to add some garlic ginger paste, which is a 50-50 mix of garlic and ginger. And some powders. As always, what I call the big four, equal parts of turmeric, chili, cumin and coriander. There's like a kind of teaspoon and a half of each there maybe. So I'm going to lower the heat down a little bit. I just want to cook this for about another 3 to 4 minutes. Again, keep your eye on it, keep stirring it around. I want those powders to cook nicely. This is looking fantastic. At this stage I'm going to introduce now some chopped tomatoes. Give them a little mix. If you want, and I sometimes do, I will put the tomatoes in a blender and mix them right up. And always try and get your kind of juiciest, overripe tomatoes is best. I mean, you can't always do it, but they will work better. I'm also going to just add a touch of water in there. A little bit of salt. Then we're going to add a lid, bring this to the boil, and then on a rolling boil cook this for about 15 to 20 minutes. What should happen is those tomatoes will completely break down, disappear, and we'll end up with a fantastic looking smooth masala, which should be pretty much ready, apart from a couple of other little ingredients for our fish. Be back in about 15 or 20 minutes. So bring it up to a boil, then simmer. Keep your eye on it, stir often. So let's take a look now. I'm going to let some steam out of there. There you go, that's broken down really nicely. We've got a beautiful masala right there. At this point I'm going to add some fresh green chilli. Entirely up to you how many you put in. I'll put about 3 or 4 in there for this one. And then simply, we're going to get our fish and we're going to lay the fish on the top all around. It's quite a delicate fish, so we're going to lay it on the top. See if we can spoon a little bit of the sauce or the masala onto it. Cook it for a little bit with the lid on, then we're going to serve it. If we use the spoon now, to kind of big spoon to mix it, the fish would break and it wouldn't just be as nice. So like I said, just so you can get a little bit of it and just sprinkle it over. Check this for salt, and it's fine for me. Lid's going to go back on a simmer, just so it's kind of rolling over just like that. I'm going to cook this for just for about 4 or 5 minutes. Okay. Off goes the heat. That to me is wonderful. It's a beautiful Barracuda masala, absolutely delicious. I'm going to finish this off with a little bit of fresh coriander or cilantro, roughly chopped. And that's ready to go straight to the table. Hope you enjoy that. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye.